Y'all know something? I forgot something, y'all. I had to come back one more time. Cause this is Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday. And apparently, Larry Hoover, NBA YoungBoy, has apparently been freed. Apparently. They've been freed from their sentences. Apparently. So, Mr. Orange is gaining street credit from pardoning Meech first, Big Meech. Now he pardoned Larry Hoover and NBA YoungBoy. So again, you know, this is about money, right? Because think about it. Big Meech was one of the biggest dope sellers of the 2000s back then. He was one of the biggest, right? Hold on. So anyway, he was one of the biggest dope sellers of the 2000s. And I know this personally because back then, Meech them was all running through all Atlanta, just running through here, throwing parties and shit. BMF was everywhere at that time. I remember because I used to be at the strip club when they was there. I remember this. So, again, y'all, these two parties was about money. You got Meech, who was the biggest dope seller. That probably can bring back in a whole lot of money. I'm not saying he's gonna jump back into that. Allegedly, I'm not saying that. That's not my business. If he do or not, that's his business. But Mr. Orange is pardoning people who possibly, cause they understand the black dynamic, right? Now don't get it wrong. He understands the black dynamic. Now he knows that, sure, white people carry the majority of the wealth in this country, but he does understand that black people are able to generate a hell of a lot of money too, and he understands that. So it has to be a balance. He understood that, you know, if I can pardon these two niggas, well, three, because you got Meech first, NBA YoungBoy, and you got Larry Hoover, you know, from Mississippi, the South, who was in charge of one of the biggest gangs, started one of the biggest gangs ever, right? This man is able to organize people together, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason whatever they're gonna be doing. So it's interesting to see him move like this. And somebody, I'm pretty sure, I know Yeezy, Kanye, was throwing concerts for Larry Hoover's freedom. And y'all know Kanye rubbed shoulders with Trump. Y'all know that shit. Y'all know this. He was fighting hard to get Larry Hoover out of prison, right? For Chicago. Because he understood that's where Larry Hoover was based at. As far as the gang and shit like that. Gang life and, you know, gathering people together. So, it's interesting, y'all, to see how Mr. Orange is gaining all this street credit with people who were very powerful at one time and were facing life sentences for having so much power. Now, saying all that, y'all, I have a question. If the Dark Knight gets convicted, right? Say we get through the trial and at the end, he gets convicted, allegedly, for life, for a life sentence. Or he may have to do 60 years of prison or some shit or whatever. Something astronomical, right? Is it possible that Mr. Orange is going to give him time served and pardon him as well. I'm just asking. You know, because these are possibilities. Now, I know I heard Big Suge said that the Dark Knight will be better off in prison, because if he started telling shit, that his life would be in danger. Now, this is what Big Sugar said. Big Suge Knight came from him. But I don't know. I think I would have to disagree to some extent. I agree with him, but to some extent I don't, because if you allow the Dark Knight to go free, he might be able to go on one of his islands, go to another island, somewhere out of the country, somewhere where he cannot have the effect on the women and the people that he had. You know, he probably go and recluse and just run his businesses behind the scene like he should have been doing. But you know, as Scorpio, egoic Scorpio would have to be in the forefront. You know, like Suge said, all in the videos, dancing. Oh shit. Nah, but he was iconic for saying that one, but I did it because that's true. Dark Knight was really doing too much. But we can't deny the power that this man had in the 90s. This man built one of the biggest, most popular record labels of the 1990s, and we can't deny that. Because after Def Jam went south, and then you had, who else this was? You had, who else went? Oh, it was Uptown. After those record labels weren't as popular, you had to have Dark Knight. Dark Knight had one of the best labels in the 90s. You know, So Def they was in the South popping. You did, but when you talk about him building something up there in New York, man, Bad Boy was one of the best record labels up there on the East Coast. That's just what it is. And we ain't gonna sit here and cap about that. That man put talent together, and he knew how to run a record label. Now, he might have did some bullshit, but the man ran that goddamn label, okay? And had some of the best fucking artists on it. Alright, long live Biggie. So anyway, I don't know, y'all, we'll see. But if they can come up with proof that Biggie and Tupac lost their life behind him, then his ass is grass. If they can come up with that, allegedly. If not, then hey man, I don't know. I think the Dark Knight might stand a chance to get out, because y'all know Yeezy is pro Diddy. He's pro Dark Knight. He wants Diddy out too. And if he rubbing shoulders with the man that's signing the pardons, then what y'all think gonna happen next?